What's the difference between coaches who win championships and those who struggle every season? It's not what you think it is. Here's the truth. It's not about how many years you've been coaching, how many clinics you've attended, or how many Facebook groups you join. Some coaches have been at this for a decade and they still can't put together a dominant offense, while there's others who seem to have cracked the code and they win almost immediately. Does this sound familiar? You spend a ton of time studying film trying to figure out why you can't move the ball. Your team is working hard, but it's not translating on game day, and every other week you're watching other offenses light it up and you're wondering what the hell you're doing wrong. Now, if you're like I was, you might be thinking that you just need more experience, you need more of those trade secrets, or that you just have to have better athletes if you want to win. But the reality is that's just something that we think because we haven't identified the real problem. But here's the real problem. You're approaching your coaching development in the wrong way. What you need to do is implement a development system for you as a coach that's proven to translate from the classroom to the field and get you some real results. What's up? My name is Justin. After taking my first OC role way before I felt ready, I had no choice but to find the fastest way possible to develop, because in this field, you either win or you find a new job. So after a bunch of quick trial and error, I ended up creating my own coaching development system, and thankfully I was able to find some pretty good success with it. My offenses averaged 30 points per game, and we got to 5 championships in 8 years. Now, here's the cool part. I shared this system with a couple other coaches. And since implementing this coaching development system, Boris was able to take the same roster from the year before, turned his team into an offensive powerhouse, and they ended up shattering a ton of offensive records on their way to their first championship. He even had opposing coaches reaching out asking what changed. Ty used this system to help raise the football IQ of his entire team, and they went on to take down the reigning champs in their bowl game. And Ben used the system to go from last place in their league all the way to second place within 1 season, and they haven't missed the playoffs since. All these coaches were able to make these improvements without spending hours on YouTube, attending a ton of clinics, or magically getting 11 new stud athletes. And it hasn't just worked for them. Right now, there's over 1,000 coaches who are using this approach to see some awesome results. And it works at nearly every level: Pop Warner, high school, international, semi-pro, and even flag. Frank used this with his kids, and they were able to reach the semifinals for the Pop Warner National Championship. So it really can be adapted to all levels. And all these coaches were following the same step-by-step process that transforms the way that they approach their coaching development. And now here's one of the coolest parts about this entire system. It can be done in as little as 3 weeks. Now, I put together a free training where I map out the entire process for you. It's a peek behind the curtain so you can see exactly what these coaches are doing and learn the steps that you can follow to put this into play with your team today. So if you want to get that free training and immediately put your team in the position to win championships, click the link below.